Alright, stick your up and get in at the negotiation.
Hello, and welcome back to the saga of the restoration of this vintage Radio Rentals 1946 AM long-wave radio. It's now working.
Right market to take it away from the traditional broadcasters, to dip a toe in the water really and see what the online players, the likes of Apple, Amazon, be coming in for live sports.
And it's quite sensitive now. It has good tunability. Since my last video, I've actually replaced most of the important paper capacitors that were damaged or very, very old. Obviously been there for many years. So that's done. And I've also found the main fault, which was the, as I said in my last video, the 68K resistor leading to the screen grid of the IF amplifier. That's all now been done. And it's working reasonably well. Also, what I had to do is replace the mains cable. The set wasn't earthed, but now it is earthed, and I've had to cover up some of the original main socket, because that was only a 2-pin socket, and that's all been done as well. Additionally, the customer for this particular, the person who owns this particular radio, wanted an MP3 socket fitted, and I've because it has a gram position on it, that was relatively easy to do. Drilling a hole on the back of the chassis and fitting a stereo 3.5mm jack socket, and then connecting it with this. So that's all done, and I can now plug that into there. And if I can give you a short blast of music, I'm not going to, because of copyright reasons, we might be in trouble here, but I might just do that just very quickly. Turn it down a bit, and turn it to gram,
Will be distributed.
and play the music. That's a little bit of that, and let's go back to something else. Yeah, okay, so a little bit of this, but not very much at all because of copyright again. And I think probably that's enough of that. But you can see my MP3 player connects now directly into that, and all we have to do is switch this to gram to enable that to work. So that's done.
So there is every chance, because we do this a lot now, that when you want to know what the weather's
push this
like,
back,
without
and
your phone,
we've
you'll
got
check the
radio
weather app.
again.
But apparently,
So there we go. The radio is now working. All I've got to do now is put it back together. So let's just recap. The basic things I've done is found the problem for low sensitivity and not working properly, which is the voltage on the screen grid of the IF amplifier. The resistor had gone very high. That's been corrected by fitting another resistor. Replacing most of the caps, including the important capacitor between the anode and the grid of the output stage, which is one of those that if it fails it can cause catastrophic problems, and replace some of the other coupling capacitors as well. I've not touched any of the ceramics because that would destabilize the tuning. But now it seems to be working absolutely fine. So all I have to do now, I've switched it off now, all I have to do now is put it back in its case. So let's do that. Okay then, job done. Maybe a little bit more work than I was anticipating, but there was some quite odd faults on it, and once those were sorted, there was the issue of making a safe mains connection for it and making safe the original one, which I've done, fusing it properly, sealing up the original mains connectors so that you don't get across those, and adding an MP3 3.5mm female socket on the back. If you want a little bit more application, I suppose you could add an external preamp to the iPad or music source, but depends on what the music source is. An iPad gives sufficient and an iPhone gives sufficient volume, but as I say, it could be improved slightly. This is the end now for this radio. It's finished, so hopefully the owner will be delighted to have it back and have many years further use from it. As I say, built in 1946, Radio Rentos, and now a safe and happy radio again. Thank you for watching. I will share some more restoration work or some more repair work with you in the not too distant future. But as you see, behind me here I have another amplifier which is waiting for fault finding. It's a Lux Corporation Japanese amplifier. I've not come across one of these before, but it's blowing fuses. That's another day, it's another story. Thank you for watching this repair of this radio. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've enjoyed the video, please give me some likes, and if I can be of help, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching.
Alright, stick her up and get in at the negotiation.